anything comes up and you need me during this, don't feel free. I mean, just knock. I'll just tell them, hold on. I know I'm always like in front of like an hour, and I feel like something happened or something.
Like Thursday, Fridays are kind of dead in terms of emergencies usually.
Yeah.
So Friday especially. So most of it's a surprise for you, but
Right.
I've been checking the obviously if it's under someone else's name, I can't fucking help it. But I've been verifying at least on the at least on the case portal.
Right.
Like making sure I'm missing anything. So where we at? So.
All right. I'm gonna do this thing. Yeah, that's a good question. All right. Here we go. Buenos tardes. How's everybody out there today? Got quite a few joining us. Good to see everybody. See you through the virtual land. While everybody's on here, if you guys will like the live, it always spreads it out to more people. If you haven't followed us already, obviously we appreciate that also. So we like to see likes. We like to see follows. We'll get to your questions. Also, let me know where you guys are from. Hey, Gisela, how are you? Mom is in the house. Awesome. Good to see you too. All right. So we got quite a few folks jumping on here. Again, if you guys need a consultation anytime, we do them both in person in one of our offices, which you can find our offices at attlaw.com, or you can call 833-733-7878. You can set a virtual or a phone consultation. No fees, no consultation fees. So, feel free to give us a call. Houston in the house. Yep, we have an office in downtown Houston. I was just there the earlier part of this week. So I'm back in Dallas today. I am in our Dallas office. Boom, there's Dallas in our Dallas office. So, but we're doing consultations all the time. All right, so I can see a couple of questions jumping out here. Grateful Heart, Connecticut joining us. Nice to see. Couple of questions jumping out here on DACA. So right now there's no new news on DACA. It is still under a federal court injunction, okay? They're only taking renewals of current DACA holders. They're not taking initial DACA applications. So we'll wait to see what happens to the program, the ultimate future of it, but right now, just renewals, okay? Whenever there's a court ruling on the next step of it, I'll certainly be out here letting you guys know. New York in the house. Nice. Obviously, we got Texas in the house, Dallas, Houston, Connecticut, New York. A lot of folks joining us. I saw Jamaica. All right. Chabalita, what's the best way to petition mom and my 16-year-old sister? They're in the Philippines. So those are two separate, it'll be two separate applications. So two separate family members. You can petition mom as long as you're a U.S. citizen entering the I-130 for her. Same thing with your sister, but the waiting times are going to be very different. For your mom, it's going to be what they call immediate visa. She's not going to have to wait for a priority date or anything like that. But for your sister, she is going to have to wait for it. It's an F4 preference, so it's going to take a long time. Sometimes people are waiting 15, 20 years for something like that. Los Angeles, nice. Love California. Arizona in the house. Washington. Anna Michael. Washington. Gisela from Phoenix. Nice. Will from Chicago. Jose, Iowa. Nice. So we are in Texas. We have our offices in Texas, but we do consultations and we help people all over the United States. We set a consultation with us. Call in 833-733-7878. Set your consultation. We try to do them all virtually, so we would send a link to you or we could meet up video and we'll just go through your case and we'll get you your answers for you right there. Answer your questions, whatever you may need. We'll talk to you directly. And then after that, if you want to retain us, we're there to help. So you guys would just let us know. So Texas, where we have several offices in Texas. I was in Houston, in our downtown Houston office earlier this week. I'm in Dallas now. That is the Dallas skyline. If you guys know it at all over there, right there's a little Reunion Tower ball. This is the big building that lights up green at night. If you've ever seen that, there we go. All right. Thanks for the follows. Appreciate it. If you guys are jumping on here and you can like this, we appreciate it. We try to get the likes up. We've got a standard on these things now. It's crazy, but we get a standard and we try to get up to 50,000 during the thing. And it's really pretty easy to get to. Watch, I'll cheat. I'll give myself a like. There you go. Hey, Lola from New York. Nice to see you. Thanks for jumping on. How long does a 601A take after fingerprints? So yeah, I mean, the biometrics are going to come some point with any process pretty much. So a 601A is no different. Once you get those I'll just tell you in general. In general, a 601A, we're seeing it take between 24 to 36 months for processing. So yeah, it could take up to 3 years. So it just depends on where you are in that process. The biometrics come sort of towards the end, although I've seen those appointments go out a little premature. It gets people kind of excited, like something's going to happen, and then nothing happens for a while. So it's hard to estimate, but I would just say if you're within that 2 to 3 year window, that's kind of the wait time. Thanks for the follows. I see a couple of you jumping on here and following. We appreciate that. All right. How much for a consultation or an appointment? Free of charge. So we don't charge for consultation. So I go through here and I try to answer as many people's questions as I can. Obviously, I'm just providing guidance here because you guys are just giving me a snippet of what your case may be, what your situation may be. I don't expect all the details, of course. I couldn't possibly give you a consultation through TikTok in a public forum. But that's what the consultations are for. You just call and book it. So if you guys are near one of our offices and you want to come, great. If you are not, we do phone and virtual consultations. We do them free of charge. So we don't charge you. You just get on their video. I'll hop on there. We'll talk. Me or one of the senior attorneys, mostly me. So you'll see us and, have your paperwork ready and we'll go through it right there. And if we're able to help you, we'll certainly let you know. New York in the house. Good to see you. Thanks for the follows. Mirth Amazon, have you ever won any cases through the Supreme Court? So yeah, the United States Supreme Court. So no, I have never argued in front of the Supreme Court, although I did work on a case that we went to the Supreme Court and did win. I can't claim the credit for myself. I was an associate attorney at the time working in big law. It was a group effort. I would say there's about 15 of us attorneys working on the same case. So any one attorney can't say he won that case, but we definitely went to the Supreme Court and our case was ultimately won. This wasn't an immigration case. This predates my immigration career. As you guys might know, I was a commercial litigation attorney for numerous years before becoming an immigration attorney. All right. Steph, if a bank closes your account, does that affect your AOS? No, it doesn't affect it. Those are two separate things. I mean, obviously banks are entitled to do what they want to do with the accounts, same as you. Just go to another bank. There's a lot of them out there. Not only the big four, but there's a lot of regional banks as well. But it wouldn't affect your adjustment of status or anything like that. All right. So we're doing good on the likes. Appreciate it if you guys can keep giving us those. It's awesome. If you guys have not followed us already, please do so. Also, another thing to tell you guys about is that we have an Instagram page, so that's a good area also to reach out to us because our follower count's much smaller. We respond to the direct messages after the lives of last week. I think I went through and responded to every single one that was on there, which there were plenty. I can only respond to the people that follow us on Instagram, though, because I know there's this huge hidden request folder where a lot of them fall into, or people just jump over there and they send us a request without following us. It doesn't go into one of our primary folders. I opened it once and almost got anxiety because there was like 400 requests or something. I can't go through that many, obviously. But if you follow us, it goes into one of our main folders and we're able to see those. And I do get to them, or Frankie or one of the other team members, we get to them and we try to answer your question directly. If we haven't, after a couple of days, just send it again, and we'll certainly answer your question or give you guidance how we can. Okay. Thanks for the follows. Appreciate it. All right. Beltran. Parents have a U visa case open. Their lawyer got his license took away and doesn't answer. Can you help? I mean, potentially, yes. I mean, what you have to understand with the U visa. So first of all, sorry about the troubles you had with your former attorney there. But what you have to understand with the U visa is once you file the 918, processing times, right? 5 to 7 years, long time. So it depends on where you're on the process. There might not be anything to do for you right now. If they've filed all their packages and they're just waiting and they're still in that 5 to 7 year window, there might not be anything for any attorney to do at this point, unless they just haven't filed the whole package. You know, it just depends on where they are in the process. But if you think they do need help, or they still need to file for a work permit or anything like that, and you think you need help, obviously reach out to us and, set a consultation. If you're in person, come to one of our offices. If you're not, set the virtual or the phone consults. All right. So I say a couple of things about Instagram. Instagram, you can find us easy. You just search my name, Attorney Andrew Thomas. It's the same as here on TikTok, or you can go to our TikTok bio there. There's a little button you just push on Instagram. It should just jump you right over to the Instagram page. If you follow us there and send the direct message, obviously it's going to be easier to respond to you instead of a public forum like this. All right. Life, do you do hard cases? Of course. We don't do impossible cases, because if there's not a path forward, we will certainly let the people know during the consultation. If the law is preventing them from doing what they want to do, we let them know right from the beginning, rather than, wasting time and money or anything like that. But if it's something that we can possibly do, given the circumstances, we'll certainly let them know the chances of an approval, the likelihood, and all those things. And ultimately, it's up to them to make that decision. Removal cases, advanced parole. Yeah, so a big portion of our practice is removal defense. I would say the majority of our cases. What you have to understand about us, okay, we're trial attorneys. Our attorneys here all have litigation experience. Not one of them started as an immigration attorney. And I say that and this is a big benefit, because they have the knowledge of practicing in an actual court setting rather than an administrative proceeding, which is what immigration court is. Okay, so they have this knowledge of litigation, and they're coming over here and now applying it in this administrative proceeding. And it's served our clients well, served us well, but that's what they do. That's what I did, and that's who I hire, that's who we have here. So we had some amazing attorneys, but that's essentially the way it works. Lou Rodriguez, how many times does it take for a response for asylum cases? I'm not sure what you're referring to. I can tell you an asylum case can take a while. Whether you filed it with USCIS and you're waiting for an interview, you could be waiting for several years. If you're in immigration court, you know how slow that process may be as well. So I'm not sure what exactly you're referring to there. All right. Let's get some more likes on here. What do we have? We're 5,000. We can get that up. We can keep going. I'm inadmissible, lived here my whole life, have 2 small children. Can I apply for marriage, green card, waive the bar? It depends on what kind of a bar you have, but possibly yes. So you're saying you lived here your whole life. So the questions would be, when did you enter? I'm assuming you entered without a visa. Have you ever left, or was it just one time? Did you enter just once and now you're here and now you're married to someone with status? That's something you could probably work with. So you might have a potential to file that 601A, the pardon, to try to get the 10-year immigration bar removed. That's something that you want to seek in a consultation, though, just to make sure you have your timeline set out and make sure that's something you could do before starting it. What is the wait time for a 601A? It can be up to 36 months. If you go to USCIS, if you go to their website, USCIS, I think it's uscis.gov, if I'm not mistaken. If you go there, click on your exact type of process that you're interested in this case, 601A, and then click on the processing center, you'll get an exact area that you may be expecting the processing time. So you'll see on there, I think they're saying 24 to 36 months at this point. All right. Thank you for the likes. Let's keep those going. We like to see the likes getting out there quite a bit. And if you have not already followed us, do so. I'm going to switch where this is going because this light's kind of bothering me. Let's do it this way. Oh, there we go. That's better. That background light was fading in and out there. Thanks for the follows. Appreciate it. The likes are going. We got this rocking now. There we go. All right. Tricia Estrada, how long does it take to take the citizenship test in months in Oregon? So I'll just tell you, generally speaking, naturalization, so an N-400 is taking around 18 months. Now, it's not really state specific. It's more federal law is going based on processing center. So I'd say it's around 18 months. Now, your processing center up there may differ. Go to USCIS, type in what processing center you filed your N-400 at. Click down the drop down, go to N-400. It'll give you what their estimated time. What I'll tell you is their estimated time, it's going to probably take even longer than that, though. Okay? It's usually taking longer, not less. You got it. No worries. Gabriella, how long do we wait after marrying a USA citizen? So you can technically file your petition the very next day. There's no wait time, anything like that. So if you got married today, you can have your spouse petition for you tomorrow. Just attach that marriage certificate. If you've ever been married before or your partner's been married before, you have to attach the death or divorce certificate, whatever dissolved that previous marriage, and then your new marriage certificate, and you're good to go. Hey, Italy, Florence in the house. It's long been a place I wanted to go. I'm actually going to Italy again this summer. I love Italy. Beautiful country. Haven't been to Florence, though. That's one of the areas I have not been to. I've wanted to go there for a while. Maybe I'll get there this summer. Grateful Heart. How long for my mom to come if I'm a U.S. citizen? So that depends. Has your mom ever been to the United States? Does she have any immigration bars? Let's assume she does not. So let's see, she's never been here. You're ready to just, file the I-130 for her. Okay, if you're a U.S. citizen, 21 years or older, you can do that. I would say you first have to file the I-130. That's going to take around 12 months to get an approval from the time you file it. Then you have to file, set her up for a consulate appointment. It depends on her particular consulate, how backed up they are. So how long you're going to have to wait for that interview. I would say best case scenario, whole process is going to be around 2 to 3 years. Okay. Could take longer depending on the consulate though, if they're very far back. All right. The likes are going slowly, but surely. We're getting up there, almost at 10K. We can do this. How long does it take for a response in an I-589? So, Lou, I know you asked a variation on that question a couple times. So are you talking about a response? You've already had your interview? Have you already had your interview? And if you have, you're saying you're waiting for a decision, or you just filed the I-589 and you're waiting for an interview, or you're waiting for a hearing. It depends on where you are in the process. So an asylum is very dependent on if you filed it with USCIS affirmatively. Did you file it defensively with immigration court? Where are you in the process? I could maybe give you some better answers. If you don't want to put it out here, obviously, you guys are free to book a consultation with us. 833-733-7878. You can go to our bio there on TikTok and see that number and call it. Agents will either set you for an appointment in person or a virtual or phone consult, depending on where you may be. We'll be happy to talk to you guys. All right. Valdez, thank you so much. Yeah, no worries. I try to answer as many questions as I can on here, give some people some guidance. What I'll tell you guys, I'm not giving legal advice. I obviously can't do that. Probably the majority of you are not my clients. There's probably some in there. I'm not sure. But I obviously can't give legal advice, through social media, and I wouldn't dare to anyways. Seek a consultation. So if you with us or another experienced attorney, something like that, if it's with us, I'd be honored. But just give us a call. You can set the video or the phone consult or even an in-person consult. We'll be happy to talk to you. They're free of charge. All right, we do not charge for a consultation. So it's just a one-on-one sitting, and whether we're able to help you or not, we'll let you know why. We'll say, hey, here's the problems in your case. This is the reasons we cannot move forward just so you understand. And then you can take that knowledge and understand, okay, he can't help me, but this is why. We hope our goal is that you don't walk away confused as to reasons or anything like that, okay? All right. If we set an appointment, will it be with me or anyone in the office? No, it will definitely not be with anyone in the office. So very good chance it is with me. If it's not with me, I could be another obligation. I obviously have some other meetings. We have court obligations. We have client meetings. It will be with a senior attorney, though. It's not going to be with it's not going to be with a paralegal or a legalist. You're going to be meeting with an attorney, a senior one who knows this stuff just as well as I do. Okay. What you have to understand is we're a law firm. Obviously, my name is on the top of it or whatever, but we have a very large team, actually, a lot of great attorneys here. And then once you do come on board, we have a lot of amazing paralegals and staff here as well. Proud of them. They do a great job. All right. Re-entered in 2015 at the border, detained and released into U.S., have a 10-year bar. Can I waive the bar? So you re-entered in 2015. So when were you here before? And how long were you here for? It's possible you cannot waive the bar. If you have a double entry and you have like 2 periods of unlawful presence after a certain point, you might not have that ability to file any kind of waiver. I don't know. I mean, there's some more follow-up questions I'd want to ask you there. All right. We got 11,000 likes. We're doing good. We can keep this going. Let's get some more likes on here. I think we could do that. There we go. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. That gives me some fuel, some motivation to keep going. All right, so a little bit about us. We're obviously attorneys. We are in this great state of Texas. Right now I'm in our downtown Dallas office. The last few days I've been in our downtown Houston office. We have an amazing team, but we help people all over the United States. All right, we have clients all over the United States. We do phone and virtual consultations free of charge for anybody that calls and wants to set one. We do them free of charge. You'll meet directly with me. If not me, it's going to be one of the senior attorneys here. Trust me, they know immigration extremely well. Great team. I trust them 100%. We do great work here. So if you guys want to, if you're thinking about starting in immigration, you have some questions you wanted to ask, you need a second or a third opinion, we're here for that. Again, we don't charge for it. So just give us a call and set your appointments. And if you're not near one of our offices, we try to do them all by video, unless for some reason you can't get to somewhere that does video, then we'll just do a phone consultation. But the video ones are simple. I mean, we send you a link, you just boom, click on it. It's 2023, simple, easy enough. Giselle, I came when I was 6 months old. Can I become a citizen? So first, what you have to think of is, before jumping to citizenship thing, first thing is you got to try to become a permanent resident of the United States. So that's first before citizenship, okay? Permanent residency, you have to have someone be able to petition for you. So you got to be related to somebody with status, married to resident or a citizen, have a child 21 years or older that can petition for you, perhaps a parent, perhaps a sibling. Well, one of those have to be there to petition for you to first move you through the residency process. Once you become a resident, after you're a resident, a requisite amount of years, you can then file your N-400 for citizenship. But there's not a process where you can just file for residency or citizenship just based on being in the U.S. for years. It doesn't work that way. You still have to have a petitioner available. Okay. I wish there was. That would be something like an amnesty. There's, last time that happened was during President Reagan, his administration. So you can imagine it's been quite some time. Saniq, do we do T visas? Sure, we've done plenty of T visas for trafficking victims. So if you need help on those things, feel free to reach out to us. All right. So what we have, 14,000 likes. We can get better than that, can't we? I always feel hot in here. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's just me getting worked up, having answering all these questions. Start to get hot in here. I'm gonna take my coat off in a second here. All right, Corelia, what happens when your DACA expires? So nothing happens. Be black. It is hot in Florida, isn't it? It's a beautiful state, though. I lived there for a number of years. I practiced in South Florida. I was in Miami and Fort Lauderdale. Anyways, nothing happens when your DACA expires. You obviously don't want to leave it expired for too long. You want to submit for the renewals because they are not taking new DACA applications now. So if you leave it expired for, say, over a year, it's very possible they're going to treat that as a new DACA application if you try to renew it. If you're not able to renew it for something, maybe something happened in your background, you're not able to renew it, it's not like you get put on a list where they come looking for you. It doesn't work that way. It's just basically it closes out your deferred action. You're not able to, legally work with that work permit anymore, anything like that. But you're not going to go into immigration court or anything like that. So there's nothing to worry about that. But obviously, if you do have the ability to renew your DACA, please do so. I mean, I meet with people all the time that want to apply for the first time to DACA, and I'm having to tell them they're not taking those applications. It's under an injunction. Unfortunately, obviously things can change, but it's in the courts. Hey, Seattle in the house. Nice. California in the house. Yeah. So we help people all over the United States with immigration. We do phone and video consultations. We do in-person consultations in all of our offices. So if you guys need help, all right, consulta gratis, you can call and set your appointments. It's obviously a free consultation directly with me. If not me, it's going to be with one of the senior attorneys who knows this stuff just as well as I do. Trust me. I work with great people here. You guys see me, but it's a whole team behind me. Not physically behind me, but they're here. It's an amazing team, and I'm proud of them, but you should feel confident in it. Yeah, I can throw out the number. I'll give you the number here to give us a call, but you can also go to our TikTok bio there, and you can see it. It's listed. And while you're there, follow us. Obviously, you will follow us. So when we do these lives, you'll be able to see it. But anyways, here's the number. All right, got a pen, got a pencil. Here we go. 833-733-7878. 833-733-7878. Need to have one of those bouncing balls go over the numbers when I say those things. If I was better at technology, I'd try to do that. All right. Thanks, B. Appreciate it. Yeah, B is pinging it out there. I appreciate the help. But yeah, that's the number. If you guys want to have any more information on us, you can find us all across social media. Instagram, if you're there, you want to follow us and send us a direct message. That's where we answer them on Instagram. Obviously here on TikTok, we put some videos. Facebook, I don't know if any of you have a Facebook profile anymore. It seems to not trend younger. It seems to trend a little bit older. But obviously our website also, it's a great resource to find out a little bit more about us and some of the attorneys. You'll see most of the court attorneys listed on there. That's just a fraction of the team. But also it's a great resource for immigration in general. ATTlaw.com. Again, ATT, like my initials, ATTlaw.com. Great resource for immigration. We built that out where it answers a lot of basic immigration questions as well. Yesenia, I have to send form I-130. Any other forms I have to send as well. It just depends on what process you're going through, like who's petitioning for you. It might just be the I-130 if this is an initial residency petition. You might also, if it's through a marriage, you might also need to submit the I-130A. If you're doing this through a marriage, you might want to look into that. If you're submitting anything, so yeah, if your husband's petitioning for you, you might want to look into doing the I-130A as a companion with that I-130. Okay, just look into that. I'm obviously not providing legal advice to anybody out there. I can't do that. Obviously, I don't know everybody's background. I don't know your cases. I can just give a little guidance here. If you guys do need direct consultation, that's when you'd want to reach out to us. Okay. Other than that, I'm just giving guidance. Do not rely on what I'm saying as legal advice. I'm a lawyer. I have to give out this disclaimer. Do not rely on that, as legal advice, because that's not what this is. It's just guidance. Okay. Having said all that, let's continue. If you guys can keep liking this, let's see the likes get up there. All right, here we go. Is a fiancé visa faster or easier than a petition for a spouse? TC. So no, not faster. Actually slower, as crazy as that is. Those fiancé visas are taking a long time. They're taking much longer than they used to the point where I hardly even recommend them anymore. But a marriage-based I-130 is going to certainly go faster and have a higher rate of approval. All right. At what age can a child file for her parent? 21 years old. So if this 21-year-old U.S. citizen child, that's the age when they can officially file the residency petition for one of their parents. All right. Now, depending on the parent's immigration history is going to depend on how that process goes, but that's the age. All right. We can keep the likes going. There's an off-the-wall question. It's my favorite fruit. I like apples and bananas, I would say. Mostly apples. Those are pretty good. Good apple. Apple a day keeps the doctor away, right? How long does it take for brother to brother? So yeah, an F4 petition. So we were talking about a U.S. citizen sibling petitioning for another sibling. It depends on what, first of all, it depends on what country is the origin. But let's say it's Mexico, for instance. That's going to take you 20 years at least. Some other countries are a little less. Have you went to another country? I've been to several other countries. All right. I'd love to travel. I've been traveling for a long time for different reasons. I'm in Texas. Obviously, I've been to Mexico a lot of times, but been to Europe a lot. Been to South America. Been to a lot of countries in the Caribbean. There you go. All right, I'm getting the Andrew Lincoln comparison a little bit here. That's my uncle, Andrew Lincoln. So if you guys know The Walking Dead, so maybe you can see the resemblance. I'm just kidding. He's not my uncle. There's no relation at all. I've just heard it before. All right. I went to an interview and the officer said he will send the decision to the mail. Yeah, that's not, it's not unusual. That happens. They don't make decisions on the spot all the time. So I don't think it's anything to be concerned about necessarily. I've never been to Curacao. I have wanted to go there though. I just haven't been there. All right. Nessa, I'm over 21 and a younger brother. Does my mom need to leave the U.S.? Okay, so I get a variation of this question a lot, and I try to, and in fact, I get it here, but I get it a lot in consultations. I put a video out on this because I think there's a lot of misinformation. So here's the situation, all right? When a parent wants, or a child wants a petition for their parents, because it's common here in the U.S. So first of all, if it's a 21-year-old U.S. citizen child, they want a petition for their parents, okay? We look for two things when somebody wants to get status here. One, do they have a petitioner? And two, what is their immigration history? So one, they want to have do you have a petitioner? The answer will be yes, 21-year-old U.S. citizen child can petition for their parents. However, number two, what is the parent's immigration history? If they came with a visa, no problem, okay? Adjustment of status, it's going to happen right here in the U.S. But more common than that is they came without a visa, right? They entered the United States a long time ago and they've been here for a number of years. If they don't qualify for some exception, then they have what's called a 10-year immigration bar, okay? So that means without a waiver, without a pardon, they're going to have to spend 10 years outside the United States before they can move forward. Now, here's another unfortunate thing, is a child cannot help their parents with that waiver. So you can help them with that first residency petition. You cannot help them get rid of that 10-year bar. The only relatives that can help them get rid of a 10-year bar is if they are married to somebody with status. So mom or dad is now married to a U.S. citizen or a resident. Or if one of their parents, so your grandparents, I guess, has status. So either spousal status or one of their parents with status. They don't have those waivers from child to parent. And that's what stops a lot of these processes. I mean, I talk to dozens of people every week, and this is the situation. The parents came here a long time ago. The child was born here. The child is now 21. Parents are ready. They're ready to fix that status, which I understand. But they can't because they do not have that qualifying relative for the waiver, and they're not prepared to go spend 10 years outside the United States, which I completely get because their life is here at this point. That's just the way it goes right now. Until there's some change in immigration law, that's the way it is. So I hope that answered a lot of questions that were out there. I know there's people out there that have that same exact question. God's child, please talk about adoptive children. Yeah, I certainly will. What's the question? I'll be happy to answer it. But you can petition for an adoptive child, or the adoptive child can petition for you as long as you adopted them by the time they were 18. You're good. Caesar, yes, we are located in Houston. We're also located in Dallas, San Antonio, Fort Worth. But if anybody out there You can call and set a consultation in person. If you're not near one of our locations, we do phone and video consults as well. They're all free of charge, consulta gratis. So just give us a call, and we'll be happy to go through your case. All right. All right. Likes are doing good. We're almost at 20,000. We can get that up higher, I think. All right. We can get it up higher. U visa processing time, 5 to 7 years is a good estimate. All right. Because they only grant 10,000 of them in the U.S. per year. So you're behind all the other ones. Once they grant 10,000 this year, wait till next year. The next 10,000 that get granted, wait for the following year. And we're seeing that to be about a 5 to 7 year processing time. It takes a long time at this point, okay? All right. If I haven't got to your question or anything like that, feel free to ask it again. I mean, obviously we're getting a lot of comments and questions. I'm trying to get to as many as I can. If you guys need a consultation, give us a call. Go to our TikTok bio. You'll find the number. Call it, set your consultation. Follow us when you're there. If you want to direct message us, you're going to have to follow us on Instagram. You can just search my name, Attorney Andrew Thomas. You'll find us on Instagram. You can follow us there. Send a direct message. If you follow us, I will see it. Or Frankie or one of the team members will see it. We'll definitely get to you. If it's not right away, we'll get to you as soon as possible. Okay. Thanks for the likes. It's working now. All right. Yulia, if someone came with a visa 1 year ago, can he still apply for asylum? It depends. Okay. It depends. So generally, the rule is they want to see those I-589s if you want the asylum portion of it. Now, there's other potential defenses you can use besides the asylum that comes with it. But if you're looking for the asylum, generally you have to file that within 1 year of coming to the United States or 1 year since facing the last threat. So whatever threat of persecution, you may have been here for 20 years, but if someone's threatening you constantly where you come from, you can still technically file for asylum. So it's not just a 1 year rule and that's it. But you do have to show that you're being persecuted on protected grounds. So maybe not. I don't know exactly. Hope that answers some of your question. Gabby Salas, can I leave with advanced parole while I have an immigration process? My mom did a petition 5 years ago. Yes, of course you can. For sure. If you get the advanced parole approved, then absolutely. Hey, Ruby, no worries. Trying to help as many people as I can out here. If you guys need more personalized help or anything like that, obviously reach out to us to do a free one-on-one consultation, either in our offices, whichever office is close to you, or video or phone consult anywhere in the United States, wherever you guys may be. Just give us a call. 833-733-7878. 833-733-7878. All right. How long does a marriage-based adjustment of status take? I'll best guess around 12 months. I've seen them come quicker, seen them take a little longer, but around 12 months is a good estimate from the time you file it, right? Police report. Can he apply for a U visa? Attempted murder, still under investigation. So yeah, sounds like it's very possible. Still under investigation. So first you're going to need to seek a U visa certification. So you're going to need to go to the police, district attorney, or judge, depending. You're saying it's under investigation, so I'm assuming that there's not been an arrest or anything like that. So you're probably going to have to seek that certification from the police. If you do get that certification, so the 918 supplement B, if you get that certified from the police, you then have 6 months after that to actually file the immigration application. So good luck to you. Underage asylum claim alone, any benefit? Please answer. Thanks. I mean, could be a benefit. I mean, I don't know your particular situation. I mean, obviously, if you feel that you have an asylum claim, you've been persecuted based on protected grounds that are specified in the actual I-589 itself, then sure, there could be a lot of benefits. I mean, obviously, if you get granted asylum in the United States, you can later apply for permanent residency here. Not to mention the short-term benefit of getting work permit, social security card, and those kind of things too, if you qualify. So there could be a lot of benefits. Look, with asylums, they're also case by case. It's hard to give general advice because there's also some risks involved, which you also need to go over with your attorney if you're thinking about filing something like that. All right. Thanks for the likes. Let's keep the likes going. See a lot of new people jumping on here. If you have not followed us, how dare you follow us? You'll get the notifications when we're going live on here. I try to go live more often. Some of you guys follow me. I used to barely go live until Frankie kind of twisted my arm several times. It's like, you got to start going live on there. Okay, fine. Here I am going live. But you'll get notifications. I think it's my second time going live today. That's all, or not today, this week. But if you guys will follow us, you'll obviously get notified when we're going live. We also try to post some cool videos. We mostly highlight our clients and the great results that they're getting. But we also tell some stories. You know, I've had a interesting legal career, to say the least. I did commercial litigation for a long time, do immigration. So some stories can be a little more heartbreaking. Some of them are a little more amusing, but we try to bring some of that here too. Try to make it a little more fun page. So be honored if you guys want to give us a follow. We'd appreciate that. All right. Can my mom file for my brother if he overstayed his visa? So yes, she can. So if your mom is a citizen, she can file for him regardless of marital status. If your mom is a resident, she can file for him if he is single. Okay. Thanks for the follows. Thanks for all the likes. We're over 25,000 now. I know we can do better. We got a lot of people jumping on here. Got some new follows. I'll reset. Am I located in Dallas? So yeah, right now I am in Dallas. I'm in downtown Dallas. We have an office in downtown Houston. I was just there the last few days. I go back and forth between the offices. We got a great staff here, amazing group of attorneys, amazing group of paralegals and legal assistants, from the receptionists to the people answering the phone to the social media department, obviously, all over the place. Great staff. But if you guys want to give us a call and you want to, set a consultation, please do so. If you want to give us a follow, that's awesome. You want to jump over to Instagram, give us a follow there. We appreciate that also. All right. Faith, you made an appointment for Wednesday in Houston to petition for your mom. Does she need to be at the appointment? No, she didn't necessarily have to be there. We just needed to talk to one of the parties. So, first of all, thank you for setting the appointment. Can't wait to see you. But we just need one of the parties, petitioner or beneficiary, because you technically both be our client if you came on board. So just be able to talk to you. I would just make sure you get a good timeline from your mom as to her, when she came, left the United States, those kind of things, as best she can remember. That'll help the consultation go a little smoother, I think. Tita, is it better to keep maiden name after a marriage under a K-1 visa? Thanks. It's completely a personal choice. Doesn't make a difference for immigration. Okay? Doesn't matter. A few attorneys told me after 5 years you can apply back for citizenship. Why 5 years? So I don't know your case exactly, but I would say what they're looking for with an N-400 for the citizenship is basically they're looking for a 5-year window where you don't have any arrests, right? So they want a 5-year clean record. If you got denied for some other reason, you don't need to wait 5 years. You can reapply right away. Maybe you didn't pass the civics exam. Maybe it's a language thing. I don't know. I have no idea why you would have got denied. But if it's something in your background and they're advising you to wait 5 years and get a clean 5 years, maybe that's a good idea. Thanks, Tito. Appreciate it. Hopefully I'm answering a lot of people's questions on here. I'll keep going. If you guys keep putting quarters in the jukebox here and we see the likes going up, I'll keep it going. I'll answer as many questions as I can get to. Queen, why do cases take so long in Texas? Because it's a border state. Border state means there's a flood of immigration applications coming into the system. But what I'll tell you is it's not just Texas. It's all over the United States. There is a huge backlog because they shut down working on petitions during COVID for almost 12 months. So there's a bottleneck. People kept filing petitions, and so they're working through that backlog. They're not hiring new immigration officers, so they're still working at the same pace. All right. Thanks for the likes. Those are going good. We're getting it up there. Dahlia, how long is the wait for a waiver for a Honduran citizen? So with waivers, it doesn't necessarily matter where you're from. All waivers are taking around the same time, and I would say it's 24 to 36 months. So 2 to 3 years is a good estimated wait time for those. All right. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. We'll keep going. Grab some water here. Getting talked out. Here we go. If I haven't got to your question or anything like that, just feel free to, spam it. Keep asking. I'll try to get to it. I'm not skipping questions on purpose. It's just a lot of questions. The likes are going great. I'm feeling good about that. All right. Summer Winds. If family court took my family away, can immigration court grant green cards to my sister as restitution? No, those are two completely separate issues. Okay. I'm not Saida. I'm 19. I've been in the U.S. my whole life since 3 months old. How can I become a citizen? Yeah, so with immigration, there's not a way to become a citizen just by being in the U.S. alone. So I talk to people all the time that have been in the U.S. for, say, 30 years. If they don't have a petitioner that can petition for them, then they don't have the ability to adjust their status in any way. So they can't become a resident or anything like that. So it's not necessarily time in the U.S. It is who you're related to and who can petition for you. Can an error on the I-130, I-130A cause a denial? Yeah, it can. But a lot of times if it's a simple error, they'll send you a request for evidence, like an RFE, give you a chance to respond within a certain time frame, and you can correct a lot of things that way. I mean, if it's a material error, then sure, I-130s can be denied. All right. All right, a lot of questions. Trying to go through these. How long, Padrip? How long does it take for spouse visa I-130? So I guess the question is, how long does an I-130 take? I would say around 12 months is a good estimate. All right. Easy pickups. Is there any helpful applications to submit while waiting for my deportation appeal process? I mean, obviously, you want to make sure you've submitted that notice of appeal within 30 days of your removal order first to preserve that appeal. Then you're waiting for a briefing schedule, something like that. If you don't, you might not have the ability to file anything else. So unless you become eligible for some new process while the appeal is pending, then there's nothing else to submit. Nothing's going to help that or anything. All right, let's do this. Get a little warm in here. We can go off tie here, off coat. There, better. All right. Thanks for the likes. We're getting up there. We're over 30,000. We can easily get this to 50,000. It's not hard to do. Obviously not hard to do. If you guys are jumping on here and you have not followed us, please follow us also. We appreciate that. All right. Entiendes español, sí. I understand Spanish very, very well. Me to converse it back is the hard part. Working on it. Not quite there. All right. I try my best. I've pretty much heard it my whole life. I grew up in Texas. I practiced in Miami, Fort Lauderdale. Spouse speaks it fluently. So just haven't got that point where I can speak it back. Right. How long for an I-765? Yeah. So for those applications for a work permit, they are taking some time. I've seen, 12 months. Come back. Hey, Brazil in the house. Hey, Igor, nice to see you. Summer Winds, can you claim your niece? Not unless she has, you've officially adopted her. You won't be able to file any petition for her, okay? You have to have an official adoption for her to be recognized as your adoptive child. Dahlia, because my husband that is illegal here, travel by plane. You're always risking it, right? Technically domestic travel, they do not check immigration status or things like that. That's not to say they won't. Certainly won't tell you to go anywhere near a port of entry. I'm not recommending that you do so. I'm just saying a lot of people do without incident, but I'm not recommending that. I couldn't possibly do that. Paula, how many times can you renew a green card? There's not a limit. People have their reasons for it. I've had people be a permanent resident for 50 years and just never want to naturalize to be a U.S. citizen. So you can keep doing it. Every 10 years, you can renew it. All right. Likes are dwindling. How long for a 601A? I got that question a few times here. 24 to 36 months, good estimate. 24 to 36 months. All right. How long for an I-130? About 12 months. For processing questions, look, I'll give you my best estimate on processing times, and I can give you what we're seeing with my clients. And we're a larger immigration firm, so we see a lot of them, and so I'm able to give you some educated guesses as to what they look like. But the best possible place you can go to is go to the source. Go to immigration's own website. Go to USCIS's website. You can drop down your process and what processing center you did, and they'll give you the estimated wait time right there. So I can guess for you, but better to just go there just in case I'm wrong. Thank you for the gift. Appreciate it. Getting a lot of likes. I think I got a lot of new followers on here too. That's great to see. It's hard on social media to build any kind of following as a lawyer. I think we're like one of the more boring follows, but we try to keep it fresh here. Gabby, how true is it that DACA people can apply for Medicaid? So yeah, we did a video on that. That's something that Biden announced he wanted to move forward with. I don't know if this is just some kind of a political ploy, though. You just never know with these people. DACA's it's so frustrating because they've had so long to do something permanent with it that I feel like they don't do anything about it until all of a sudden election time comes around. They want to start talking about it again, but not doing anything. So it's frustrating to see. It's one of those political footballs we've been dealing with for honestly, since it got announced years ago. It's been 10 years now. All right. Victor, permanent resident, my spouse for more than 3 years now. What is the cost to apply for citizenship? Yeah. So, I mean, if you're still married to your spouse and you've been a resident for 3 years, you're now eligible for that N-400. The filing fees and all that, you can find that on USCIS's website. You'll see it right there. How long was your schooling for law school? So lawyers, what we have to do is obviously you have to go through high school. Once you graduate high school, you have to get an undergraduate degree. It doesn't matter what's your major. It doesn't matter. That usually takes 4, sometimes 5 years, depending on how fast you're going through it. It took me 4 years because I was going through, I was doing a lot of summer classes. I was on a scholarship to University of Texas in Dallas here. And then after that, law school standard is 3 years. So I would say after high school, it's about a 7 to 8 year schooling still. So it's quite a bit, and then after that you study for the bar exam, which is a whole lot of fun, let me tell you. And then, move on to your career. All right. Is it possible for a VCU or through a marriage with a U.S. citizen? Which is the best? Married 9 years. So provided that you qualify for residency through your spouse, that is a much faster process than a U visa. U visas take a long time. In fact, the longest. They take 5 to 7 years just to get the U visa approved and another 3 years for your residency. Whereas a process through your spouse can take between 12 months, maybe 4 years if you have to go through a waiver and a consulate process, okay? So much better to do it through a spouse if you can. Yeah, see, there's Life chiming in there. She's been waiting for 7 years for a U visa. That tracks what I've seen with a lot of our clients too, unfortunately. They're taking a long time. Ojitos, I have been with my partner 7 years. Do we need to be married for him to petition? Yes, you have to be legally married because that's going to be one of the requirements. You have to attach a marriage certificate. Now you don't have to wait. So you can get married, then you don't have to have any wait time after that. You can get married today. Tomorrow you can submit the petition. And they'll look at evidence that you guys have been together before the marriage just to make sure it's bona fide. You can submit that stuff too. All right. Is it Keela? How much time to ask for a sibling? Depending on your country of origin, it could take a long time. Let's say it's Mexico, for instance. They're like 20, 21, 22 years after you get an approval for that priority date to become current on the visa bulletin. Other countries are a little less, but it's going to take a long time. It's the lowest priority of residency. All right. We're at 44,000 likes. We can get to 50,000 easy. We can get a lot new followers too if you guys are jumping on here. Appreciate it. How often are appeals won? So appeals in immigration are like appeals everywhere else. They're mostly not likely to succeed because you're looking. They're looking for errors that the trial judge, or in this case the immigration judge, made. Which is if the judge is just going right by the book and just making something based on his discretion, it's difficult. Doesn't mean it's not possible, right? Everybody's is different. There's a lot of legitimate appeals out there and reasons for filing them. There we go. Yeah, thanks, Bernie. We are over 45, aren't we? We'll get to 50,000 shortly. I know it. We're getting the likes going on. All right, so what happens after the I-130 gets approved? So you have to take action. They're not going to do it for you. If the I-130 gets approved, you have to check the priority date. So if you're in the immediate visa category, meaning you had a U.S. citizen spouse file for you, you had a U.S. citizen child 21 years or older file for you, don't have to worry about a priority date. Everything else, you got to worry about the priority date. You got to wait for that priority date to catch up with the visa bulletin. And once it does, you'll be ready to take action, depending on what you need to do. Consular process, file a waiver. Maybe you're eligible for an adjustment of status. Who knows? Everyone's a little bit different depending on who your petitioner is, depending on how you came to the United States. If you guys are out there and you want to file or you want to book a consultation with us, very easy to do. Give us a call, 833-733-7878, 833-733-7878. Give us a call. You can book a phone or video consultations wherever you are in the United States. And we'll talk to you one-on-one. Free consultation, so just give us a call. All right, over 50,000 likes now. We're doing good. Yeah, 50,000. There we go. We got it. Always set that soft goal of hitting that. It's always good to see. All right. When can a person who divorced an overstayer apply for a K-1 for another spouse? Is it difficult? So there's not going to be a wait time. I mean, you could do it right away. What you have to understand with a K-1, those fiance visas, is they take some time. They're not so fast. They used to be quicker. I've had clients wait for 2 years waiting for a K-1 to come through. Okay, so it could take you a while. You have to show that you're intending to get married. And once they come into the United States, you have 90 days to get married. Then after that, you can apply for the residency for them. Mary Bell, consultations are free of charge, whether that's in person, video, virtual consultation, or on the phone. Consulta gratis. So just give us a call. We don't charge for them. So you meet directly with us and we'll go over your case. If you guys reach out to us for a consultation, one tip I'll tell you, if you've ever filed any previous petitions or you are in immigration court, bring that stuff with you to the consultation. If it's a video or a phone one, have that in front of you, please. It makes the consultation so much easier. You're not having to guess. There's been more than a few times where I've met with people. Oh, I forgot that stuff. Oh yeah, I left it at my house. I don't have it with me. And they're guessing. And then they're not really getting as good of answers to their questions as they want, because we're both kind of speculating on what it is, on what's going on. Lupita, we are in Texas. We have several offices in Texas, but we help people all over the United States. Immigration is a federal law. I'm licensed to practice in multiple jurisdictions anyways, but besides that, we can we can help people all over the U.S. because it's a federal law, okay? All right, again, 833-733-7878. If you have not followed us here on TikTok, follow us. If you have not followed us on Instagram, follow us there, because you can send us direct messages through Instagram if you're following us. If you're not following us, they go into this hidden request folder. I don't even try to look at it. I feel like I'm going to get anxiety from doing it because I looked on there once. There was like 500 something things. I just can't get to that many. But if people are following us, it goes into our general folder, and I try to get back to every one of them. It might take me a couple of days. I really don't try to spend any time on social media. Once I leave the office, I'm not on social media for the most part. I put those things down, spend time with the family. I try not to look at my phone or a screen for a while. Got to recharge. All right. Cristo, can I help my mom if I have military status and a brother with a disability. Yeah, so there's something called military parole in place, and you can help her get that deferred action, that parole. You can help her get a work permit. You might even be able to help her get a residency once she paroles into the United States. Same with a sibling. Okay. Torres, do we do online consults? Yeah, absolutely, we do. We send a link out. It's a video consult where you can just jump on, just click the link. It's simple, free of charge. I'll talk directly to you or one of the other senior attorneys. Very good chance it's me. If not me, it's because of court obligations or something else. But I try to do as many consultations as I can. But the other senior attorneys here, let me tell you, they're amazing. They know this stuff just as well as I do. Yeah, Instagram. So Instagram name is the same name I have here. Attorney Andrew Thomas. You can go to the TikTok bio there. There's a little button you can just push on Instagram. It'll jump you over to our page. Follow us there. And then once you follow us, you can send the direct messages. And I try to get back to all of them it might take me a couple of days, but I try to get back to them all. If I haven't answered yours, just hit it again. All right. Yes, we answer DM questions on Instagram. I don't even know how to do it through TikTok. I don't even try to answer them DM through here. But you have to follow us. If you follow us on Instagram, I see it. If it doesn't, it goes into a hidden request folder, just the way the filters are set up. And you got to imagine that we get a lot of them. So follow, send it through, and we try to get to them all. If I haven't seen them, our social media team will see them. They'll respond and take action as well. Frankie or one of the other team members here will help out with that. How long for approval of I-45 and 245I and a petition of LPR? I'd say around 12 months is a good estimate for that. So if you qualify for the 245I adjustments, 12 months. Could take a little longer, obviously. Priscilla, no, nothing has changed for the 601A. I've seen, I don't really get this, but I've seen some videos out there, or I've been more like they brought to my attention of, I'll say some attorneys out there talking about some differences on the 601A. It's nothing's changed. You still have to have a qualifying relative, spouse with status, or one of your parents with status for you to qualify. All right. Wendy, is it safe for us to do the FOIA request? Yeah, there's no risks on filing FOIA requests. That's a standard way just to get more information from the government. They're not going to come looking for you or anything like that. You can do that and feel pretty safe. How long for a green card holder to apply for his wife? It depends on where the spouse is. That's going to be a multi-step process, but if they're outside the country, it could just be the I-130, then moving to consular process, 2-3 years. But if you have to do a waiver, it's going to take you considerably longer than that. I need help for my corte. I'm in Indianapolis. Yeah. So one of our biggest areas that we do, here at the law firm is we do removal defense, all right, which is immigration court. We represent people facing deportation from the United States. So all of our attorneys have that trial experience. We take cases in this all over the United States. So if you do need help with immigration court anyways, you can give us a call. We're able to help pretty much anywhere in the U.S. So if you guys have if you're in immigration court, somebody is that needs help, at least want to do a consultation, again, free consultations, just give us a call. And we'll be happy to set that up for you. All right. Got a few more minutes here. I'll answer a few more questions here if the likes keep going. Likes. There we go. All right, Torres, send a message on Instagram. Great. We're going to get to them all. So if you guys have followed us there and you send us a message on Instagram, we'll get back to you for sure. Okay. We'll try to answer your question. That's a good place to reach out to us though, for sure. Yeah, so wherever you are, Ojitos or anybody else out in the United States, easy to reach out to us, okay? Get a video or a phone consultation for free. Just call us, all right? You can go, if you exit out of this live or once it's done, you can go to the top of our page there, follow us, but there's the number, 833-733-7878. Just dial that number. They will set you for a consultation. If you don't get through right away, I know they get jammed sometimes during these lives. A lot of calls come in at the same time. But if you don't get through right away, just call it again. They'll answer it. They'll set you for that free consultation. And we'll be happy to help you guys, okay? Okay. Aileen, I was told by a lawyer it was a bad idea to go in front of a judge and fight deportation. True. No, that's actually a terrible advice. I don't know who would have told you that. If you do that, you're essentially just saying you're conceding a deportation because that's what they're going to do. If you don't show up in immigration court or you don't put up any kind of defense, they're going to sign your deportation order in your absence. So bad idea, very bad idea. In fact, can't believe there's people that give that kind of advice. That's bad. I would at least seek consultations from get a second or third opinion, please. Make sure it's somebody who regularly goes to immigration court. That sounds like you talk to somebody who's scared of court, because there's, crazy as it is, a lot of lawyers don't like to go to court. I was not familiar with that concept when I did commercial litigation. I wasn't familiar with the concept of a lawyer who was scared to go to court, but I've come across that more often when I got into immigration, which I find really crazy. We're not scared of it at all. Our attorneys are litigation attorneys. That's what we live in. We live in courts. That's what we do. So if you guys need help on it, give us a call. All right. Thanks for all the likes. Yeah, it's exactly. So I know some people are calling to say they couldn't get through. You have to understand, on these lives, the phones get jammed. Just wait a few minutes. Try again. They will answer your phone. They will answer the phone. I guarantee you, they probably hate when I do these things because they get jammed with calls and they're just ringing off the hook, which is great. But I mean, you have to understand, just wait maybe 10 minutes and try. Wait an hour and try. They'll be there as long as you call during regular business hours. Aileen, they said I couldn't have court because I don't have status. That's a bad look. You just received bad advice. That's all. Not the first time I've heard those things, but seek a second or third opinion, whether it's from us or just some other attorney. Just do your background research on it. All right. Cindy, is there a pardon for an expedited removal? No, not for an expedited removal, but you want to make sure that that's exactly what it is. Will a DACA renewal be denied if a DUI conviction takes place? Probably so. DACA, you got to be pretty much exactly clean. All right. DACA recipient, 3 U.S. citizen children, 20 years in the U.S. Can I apply for residence? Not unless you have something else in your background that I'm not seeing. So just having DACA alone doesn't allow you to apply for anything else. It's just a deferred action. All right. It doesn't give you a bridge for residency or anything like that. Let's get a few more likes while we're on here. That always helps. It always makes us feel good. I don't know what our record is, but we always usually hit around 50,000. We're over that now, but we can see it go up higher than that. Hey, if you guys have not followed us already, please do so. Follow us. And if you guys need a consultation, I feel like I'm repeating it all, but I know people jump in and off these things. Just go to the top of our TikTok page. You'll find the number there. You'll find the number also on Instagram, which if you follow us there, you can send us a direct message. All in there in the TikTok bio, the little Instagram thing. You can click it, jumps over. You can follow us there, send us the direct message. If you haven't followed us on TikTok, please do so. When we go live, we're on here. We try to put out cool content, as cool as you can be as an attorney. I don't know how cool you can be, but we try to pull as cool as it can. No worries. All right. Malik, I sent my RFE 30 days ago for my I-485 pending. No response. This is normal. Yeah, that's normal. Nothing to worry about yet. It's going to take them a little while to get back to you. I would give it, 3 to 4 months before you should be expecting anything. I know, B, I think we're doing good today, aren't we? B's on here a little bit. I see you out there a lot, B. I think we're doing good today. It's a good little crowd we got here on a Thursday. Nunez Naeli, if you have a green card for asylum, can you travel to your country of origin? So that is a tricky question. All right. I can't really answer that through here. There's someone saying don't do it. I think that that's probably good advice, because if you got approved for asylum, then you're saying that you were afraid to return to your country. And now when you're a resident, you're going to go back. That doesn't really look good. It doesn't always apply. I mean, there's some instances where maybe whatever threat was there has passed. Maybe it's not the threat. Maybe you were approved 10 years ago and whatever it was is now over now. I mean, some country conditions improve, situations change. You never know. I can't really answer your question here, but probably overall not a good idea. Not a good look. All right. Saeed, hello. Do you have any idea about Nebraska USCIS processing time to marriage-based I-130? Is it fast? I'll tell you this one exactly is around 12 months. But if you really want to know specifically, go to USCIS's page, pick your process. You'd pick I-130, pick your processing center. You'd pick Nebraska. It'll give you exactly what their processing times look like there. All right. Thanks for the follows. I see a lot of people jumping on here and following us. We appreciate it. No worries. Patricia, do we have part-time positions available? We have, I mean, we're always looking for good people. It just depends on, what exactly you're looking for, see if there's a fit. If you guys want to ever reach out to us in terms of, want to join the team, anything like that, send us an inquiry. You can go to our website, attlaw.com. They let you send inquiries directly through there. You can email us directly, info@attlaw.com, info@attlaw.com. You can go there, submit your CV, your resume. Happy to look at it. We're always looking for good people. We got an amazing team here, let me tell you. I'm proud of the people that work here. People that stick it out. This is a great team we have. Awesome. All right, answer a few more of these, and then I got to hit the old dusty trail. Do we take cases in New Jersey? Yeah, I have a lot of clients in New Jersey and New York too. So we have clients all over the United States. We do take cases all over the U.S. Whether it's immigration court, we can help you anywhere. Whether it's USCIS, you're filing for residency or anything like that. We have the team. We have the ability to help. We make working with us remotely just as easy as being in person, maybe even easier. We have a secure client portal that we go through and able to help people. All right. All right. I'm going to reset one more time. Just tell everybody if I have not got to your question. All right. Best thing to do is to either set a consultation with us. You can go to our TikTok bio, see the number, and call us. Free consultation. Or you can go there and go over to our Instagram page. Click the little Instagram button. It'll jump you over there. And once you get onto it, follow us and then send us a direct message. And, I'm going to go through, I always go through after these things in the next couple of days. I won't get to it all today for sure. I'll go through it the next couple of days and I'll answer as many of these as I can possibly answer. All right. But I'm going to have to log off here now. It's been fun. Great crew today. Thank you so much. Thanks for all the new followers out there. If you have not followed us yet, please do so. We try to jump on here live several times a week now and answer questions and just mix it up with everybody. So thanks. Thanks for the gifts. I appreciate everything. Hope you guys are having a great week. Stay safe out there and God bless everybody. Okay.